tell me my religion was wrong. They tried to tell me to follow Islam. They said their prophet was a righteous dude, but I found out none of their words were true. I read the Quran and I read the Hadith, and the sickness of Muhammad was apparent to me. He justified perversion in the name of Allah when he married a girl too young for a bra. She was playing with dolls when the prophet came. Her childhood was stolen in Allah's name. Aisha was 9 when he took her to bed. Don't tell me that fool's not sick in the head. Ain't gonna follow no child molester, sex offender, prophet pretender. Ain't gonna follow no child molester.
Islam's not for me. Islam's not for me.
The sickness of the Islamic mind
has caused some mullahs to be blind.
To justify their prophet, they will justify sin, so the sins of the prophet are repeated again.
All over the world in Islamic states, 9-year-old girls suffer cruel fate.
Sold into marriage to twisted men, and Aisha's sad story is repeated again. Ain't gonna follow no child molester, sex offender, prophet pretender. Ain't gonna follow no child molester.
Islam's not for me. Islam's not for me. Do you care about women all over the world?
Do you care about those little girls?
Then stand up and fight for human rights. Speak out against the laws of Islam.
Follow no child molester, sex offender, prophet pretender. Ain't gonna follow no child molester.
Islam's not for me. Islam's not for me.
Islam's not for me.
Hello my darlings. Hello everybody. I don't know how many people are viewing yet, but doesn't matter. The show must go on. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from a chesty flu, so I apologize if I have to cough from time to time. I'll take a moment to drink some liquid refreshment in order to keep the cough at bay. So, boys and girls, how are we? It's been a little while. It's actually been quite a while since I did anything on this channel, but I thought I'd throw it on this channel this time, mix it up a little bit, and then since I'm talking about my favorite subject of the religion of pieces, I thought I'd throw it over here and see what come may, and if all goes well, I will then just simply download this and re-upload it to the other one. So yeah, just remember, boys and girls, go and subscribe to Banksystyle Live, which is predominantly where I would try to do most of my live shows. This channel is kind of had the scarlet letter of death by YouTube for a long time now, so I tend to occasionally do some things over here and then download them and whack them over there. Perhaps maybe if some things go awry, I can edit certain things, I guess, for YouTube purposes. Also, don't forget, as always, the link to my Odyssey channel is in the underpants section below. As always, Odyssey is really where you're gonna find most of my really controversial stuff, and also speakerscorner.online. So yeah. So yeah, well done. Hey, I got some couple of guys. Cool, big up Clarice Starling. Interesting. Yeah, thanks for anyone who's in the chat. Thanks for coming. So yeah, we're going to talk about Mr. Jordan M. For those of you who will follow the antics of Speakers Corner online, you'll be familiar with Mr. Jordan M. He is a convert to Islam, an English gentleman who converted to Islam, mostly due to, I guess, the influences of his sister, who converted first because she got married to, I presume, a Muslim Turkish man, I think, and then his niece kind of tugged at his heartstrings so that he then took his shahada. may God have mercy on his soul, as they say. But I mean, it is what it is. He's now a Speaker's Corner YouTuber, commentator, I guess, to some extent. And he certainly has a substantial following, so we can't ignore that. The Muslims love Jordan M. In fact, they troll him out. They roll him out every time they want to showcase to the world. Look, we have a white convert. You see how great Islam is. So yeah, big up Jacko Radio. Actually, that reminds me, there's a clip from Jacko Radio that I want to also get, which he did a fantastic segment on the Uyghurs, the Uyghur Muslims, and actually their peaceful antics and behaviors, which even surprised me, to be perfectly honest with you. I was actually somewhat shocked at what. The things that we don't really see. We don't see these things. We just, we only see, a certain angle, a certain perspective. And it's all about, what you don't see, I guess, these days. And this is actually quite interesting because full credit to Jacko Radio. Go over there and subscribe to his channel. He produces some, blindingly good videos from time to time, and certainly gives you a new perspective on things that you otherwise wouldn't necessarily pay attention to. So these things matter. So what do I want to say? Now, the video that Jordan M covered, this is my kind of like, if you like, a response video, I guess. I guess people don't really do those things anymore. Response videos to other YouTubers' videos anymore. I guess, I don't know, maybe it's because YouTube considers it bullying or some shit. I don't know. I mean, I certainly am not bullying Jordan. I don't think I could bully Jordan to save my life. Next, born again Christian. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, I should stop. Looking at the chat. It's distracting me from my monologue. So yeah. This is a response or kind of a critique of Jordan M's particular angle on a video that's going viral right now by a gentleman who is effectively well, actually I can show you his image. Let's show his image and go get into this. Let's as I don't want to get rude. But anyway, let's get stuck in. This is the gentleman that is in question. This is a gentleman by the name of, oh my God, I even had his Wikipedia open earlier on. Chamath Palihapitia. Oh my God, what is that? That can't be a name. That can't be right. Chamath Palihapitia. Anyway, this gentleman made his money. He's a Sri Lankan, Indian, I guess. No, what am I talking about? He's not Indian. He's Sri Lankan. He's Sri Lanka. He's a Sri Lankan individual, Canadian, born in Canada. A Sri Lankan-born Canadian and American venture capitalists, engineer, SPAC sponsor, founder, CEO of Social Capital. So he made a fair chunk of money. I think, what does it say? Net worth around $1.2 billion. So yeah, Sri Lankans are running things, as they say. This man has made a fortune in these various different ventures, and so he bought the Something Warriors. I will let Jordan M actually tell you all about it. Actually, it might be best to let Jordan M give you a little intro to this. There you go, Jordan. Take it away.
I'm about to play a very disturbing clip.
It's not disturbing. It's not really that disturbing. I mean, he talks like as if he's about to show you a snuff movie. It's not that disturbing. You'll live through it, I promise you.
And it's from the NBA. It's from the minority owner of the Golden State Warriors basketball team.
There you go. Golden State Warriors basketball team, Chamath whatever. Now I will play the actual video for you, and it's really not that disturbing. I promise you, it's not that disturbing.
Nobody cares about. Nobody cares about what's happening to the Uyghurs. Okay, you bring it up because you really care, and I think that's nice that you care. The rest of us don't care. I'm just telling you a very hard.
Wait, you're saying you personally don't care?
I'm telling you a very hard, ugly truth. Okay, of all the things that I care about, yes, it is below my line. Okay, of all the things that I care about, it is below my line.
Disappointing.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go. The man said it, with his chest. He wasn't stuttering. He wasn't surprised. Oh, Christ. What the hell, man? Yeah, he said it. He said it with his chest. I don't think he didn't mince his words. He meant what he said, and he said what he meant, which is fine. This is the point of freedom of speech, right? If you say something, the ugly truth, or some opinion that is unpopular, then so be it. You say it with your chest. I'm sure that in a few weeks, or in a few days, in fact, he's gonna, apologize, probably make his Warriors team wear some kind of special ribbon, some blue and red ribbon is another color of the Uyghurs, and just come crawling, because he's probably gonna, the board is gonna try and oust him from the board of this NBA team. I don't know. Maybe he has so much leverage that he can't be thrown out, but he's a minority owner. So if he's a minority owner, then maybe he can be ousted. I don't know what the social justice warriors are going to do. They haven't. It hasn't churned up enough. I think it hasn't stirred up enough in the social justice warrior circles, the lefty circles, in order to get this man ousted from his ownership of the NBA team. But they're certainly going to put a lot of pressure eventually. I don't know, because this is the weird thing. If he was talking about trans people, and he said, I don't care about the lives of trans people, I'm sure this man would be off that board by, the next day, the next hour. But because he said the Uyghurs, and I suppose it is true to some extent, people really, well, it's not even true to some extent. It's absolutely true. People don't care about the Uyghurs. It is true that people don't care. Even this man here, Jordan M., he doesn't really care for the Uyghurs. These are just, you're going to listen to his righteous indignation of this man who says he doesn't care about the Uyghurs. I can't believe it. Clutch my pearls, Mr. Jordan M. Let's just listen to him just clutching his pearls for a second. Let me actually, let me see.
And hear what he has.
Okay, let's go through it. Let me go past it because we already listened. Okay, here comes the pearl clutching.
Yeah, we are going to refer to this guy as scumbag, and I don't use that term lightly. You guys have just seen the clip, and I'm sure most of you would be angered by that, whether you are Muslim or not.
Oh, clutch thy pearl. Where is your fainting couch? Where is thy fainting couch, Jordan? Jordan, you don't care about the Uyghurs. Not really. Not really. How much suffering have you put yourself through for the Uyghurs? How much? Okay. Let me just let him play a little bit more, because you want to listen to this righteous indignation from this man.
So if you don't know what's happening to the Uyghur Muslims in China, here's a little summary I prepared for you.
This is what Jordan did. This was his total sum effort of sort of the fighting in the corner of the Uyghurs. Oh, and he did some TikTok videos which he got banned. He went to a protest, wore a blue vest. Dude, you went to a protest where we saw Mohammed Hijab do a striptease act. This is what you guys did for the Uyghurs. Do I have to say that you don't really care about the Uyghurs? This is what you did.
I want to tell the Chinese government and the Chinese Communist Party one thing. Take this Uyghur flag, you son of...
He got titties. He got titties.
We've got titties.
This is what Jordan M.
He got titties. He got titties.
We've got titties.
Because he jealous.
This is what they did. This was your effort, total sum, lot of, your combined effort of what you did for the Uyghurs. You gathered around and watched Mohammed Hijab strip for you. You saw a striptease act by Mohammed Hijab. Now you want me to really think you give a shit? You don't give a shit, Jordan, and I'll demonstrate why you don't give a shit. But let's just jump this, because he's going to go through like a litany of I actually want to see the finger pointing, because does he do the finger pointing? I hope he does the finger pointing at the end. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I don't know. No, he cut it. He cut it before. He did some finger pointing as well, by the way, for the Uyghurs. He pointed to the Chinese embassy after Mohammed Hijab's striptease show, and just wagged his finger vigorously towards the Chinese. So yeah, you wagged your finger. You wore a blue vest, and Mohammed Hijab did a striptease act. That's what you guys actually do for the Uyghurs. If you want to really do something, this ain't it. But okay, let's see what his outrage is. Let's listen to the outrage.
So with it being widely accepted that China are breaking virtually every human rights law, and even the British government declaring it a genocide, what's happening to the Uyghurs, we have a scumbag who's willing to publicly come out and say not only that he doesn't care, but nobody cares and it's below his line of thing. Now, his personal opinion, I don't really care. But isn't it interesting, and this is the real question I have, and that when I saw this, this was my first real reaction to it, is how is it that you can talk about a group of people like that who are being genocided? Could you imagine, for example, somebody coming online and saying they don't care about the Holocaust? No.
There are plenty of people who say they don't care about the Holocaust. Do you know in Iran? Hold on. Oh man, I should have prepared better. Holocaust denial conference in Iran. Let me see if I can draw your attention to the Holocaust denial conference in Iran. Iran held a Holocaust denial conference. Let me see if I can get that in for you guys. Let's make it bigger. Let's bigger it. See this? This was the Holocaust denial conference held in Iran. Yet there are plenty of people who come out and say they don't care about the Holocaust. They write books denying the events of the Holocaust. They hold conferences denying the events of the Holocaust. So don't bullshit me, and don't think that yes, you can. I can not only imagine, I can see people who don't care about the Holocaust. So don't make that comparison as if that's going to shock me or shock anyone about the fact that this man doesn't care about the Uyghurs. But imagine if someone said they don't. No, there are plenty of people who say they don't care about the Holocaust, and those people don't go viral either. Believe it or not, they don't actually barely get any attention anymore. So this is bollocks. This is actually again a false comparison, and it's a lie. It's a lie. You're not even like accurate or correct in this. How many Uyghur denial conferences has China held? Can you tell me one? Uyghur genocide denial conference.
Nobody cares about the Holocaust. I'm pretty sure they would be cancelled and would have repercussions.
No, entire nation of Iran with their president, Ahmadinejad. I forgot his first name. Anyway, no, they had no repercussions. The man served his term, and he's living a very luxurious, rich life as we speak.
And quite rightly so, in my opinion. And in fact, I'd say there'll be many more communities that if this guy was going to say something like this about, he'd be cancelled. But let's talk about this idea that nobody cares about the Uyghurs. Now, unfortunately, if you look at some of the Muslim leaders across some of the Muslim countries... Yeah,
they don't care. They don't care. The Saudis don't give a damn. The Emiratis don't give a damn. Pakistan doesn't give a toss. Iran doesn't even fucking mention it. They don't give a shit. Because they only care. Notice this, Jordan. This is the problem. You actually believe in this Islam crap and this one ummah bullshit. That's your problem. You believe that this ummah thing is real, that it is only the one ummah and all Muslims are all looking out for other Muslims. No, they're not, Jordan. No, they're not. They don't give a toss. They really don't. Did you see the protests for Palestine when Israel chucked out a few Palestinians and arrested them out of the main, Al-Quds? And the outrage that the Muslims had for Al-Quds when they throw in some flash grenades and stuff. Did you see? You saw those protests in the streets, right? Not even your attempts at the protests came close to those level of fucking outrage. Muslims literally, the crimes against the Palestinians in that period, with Israel in Al-Quds throwing flash grenades and stuff, or the Israeli soldiers, and also the attacks and the attacks on Gaza when the Hamas started rocket bombing Israel again. The crimes of Israelis upon Palestinians wasn't even the fraction of some of the crimes that is alleged that China has committed upon the Uyghurs. Not a single, not even half the amount of outrage and protests in London. In London, I'm not even talking about the rest of the Muslim world. Just in London, there wasn't even half as much protest. They don't hold a Uyghur Day in London, but they hold an Al-Quds Day in London every year. It's a yearly event. You think the Muslims are going to mention the Uyghurs on the next Al-Quds Day? Go find out if they will mention the Uyghurs at the next Al-Quds Day, because they don't. It's Al-Quds. It's about Jerusalem. It's about fucking Israel versus Palestine. They don't care about your fucking Uyghurs. You are delusional to think that Muslims are one body and they give a shit about other Muslims. They really don't. And by the way, I'll put it to you, Jordan, you don't give a shit about the Uyghurs. You say you do. You have your righteous indignations and you pearl clutch and you have your fainting couch when you hear someone speak with their chest the way that man did. But you don't actually care. Do you know people who care about protests and causes? There are some people in the world who do care about certain causes. And I'm going to show you one of them. I'm going to show you what a man who's committed to a cause actually does. Sorry guys, let me get this. Let me get this. You see this man? This is a Buddhist monk who doused himself in petrol or gasoline. Petrol and gasoline, it's the same thing anyway. Petrol. And set himself on fire in protest of the Vietnam War. Do you have that level of commitment to the Uyghurs, Jordan? I don't think you do. That's a protest. That's a man that's committed to his cause. That is commitment to the cause. I don't think you'll have that level of commitment, Jordan. Jordan, have you even thought about maybe going on a hunger strike? Go chain yourself to 10 Downing Street and go on a hunger strike for at least a month, at least a week, couple of days. Skip breakfast, miss a protein shake, I don't know. But you haven't suffered one day for the cause of the Uyghurs. You went off in your little blue vest and watched this man strip for you. That's all you did. You just went off and watched the striptease by titties over here. That's all you have done. You haven't done dick. This is a man who's committed to a cause, who means what he says, who has the cojones to go through with some shit like this. You're not committed to the Uyghurs. You're not even remote. You haven't barely inconvenienced yourself. You got pissed when TikTok banned you because you talked about the Uyghurs on your TikTok channel. The best you've done is get banned from TikTok because you fucking because you talked about the Uyghurs. That's your level of commitment, Jordan. That's your level of commitment to this cause. That you got banned a couple of times from TikTok because of the Uyghur situation, because you dared to talk about it on TikTok. Dude, you are not committed to the Uyghur cause. I put it to you, you are not committed to these people. You see, you're worse than this guy. This guy, at least this man, says it with his chest. On the list of priorities, the Uyghurs don't even make that list for me. That man says it with his chest. You, on the other hand, are a slimy, sniveling little fucking coward who pretends to care about these people to get those all righteous, righteous credits or what's it called? Oh man, what do they call it these days? Virtue signaling points. You virtue signal for these people, for the Uyghurs, but you don't commit to anything of any value. You went in front of the Chinese embassy and you wagged your finger and you think you accomplished some shit whilst watching this dude do a striptease dance. I mean, I'm gonna cut the sound, but this was what you guys did for the Uyghurs. Congratulations. We saw Mohammed Hijab's titties. That's what we witnessed. This was the Uyghur cause, guys. This is it. Oh, and look at that fucking bum bag. I never get over that fucking bum bag. Why hijab? Why? This is it. This is what we saw. This is what we got. That's what we got. And this is your commitment, right? You're committed. You're committed. You're all in. Huh? This is a man who protests. This is a fucking protest. No cameras. Well, there is cameras. The people taking photos. No microphones. No speeches. No finger pointing. Just a man dousing himself in gasoline and setting his ass on fire. That's fucking commitment for you. This is not commitment. This is fucking virtue signaling bullshit. That's why nobody buys this bollocks, Jordan. Nobody buys this crap that you're pretending you're outraged because this guy had the balls to at least admit to what his life's... yes, the bum bag. I know, Jack. The bum bag. This is Jack Maple. It's hilarious. But anyway, this man, I mean, I'm not saying I agree with him. I think maybe he's a bit of a douchebag. But at least he's honest. He's an honest douchebag. He's not a pearl-clutching, fainting couch virtue signaler. He just said it like he meant it. And I guess this man really, at this stage of being worth like 1.2 billion, has no more, fucks to give. Let's be honest. He has no more fucks to give. He just says it, and that's it. And you can go clutch your pearls all day and faint and be outraged and give trigger warnings at the beginning of videos. This is his trigger warning.
I'm about to play a very disturbing clip, and it's from the NBA.
I'm about to give you guys all a trigger warning because a man said, "I don't give a shit about the thing you don't do a lot about." That's what a man said. The man said, "I don't give a shit about a cause that you don't actually even care that much about because you certainly haven't done anything of tangible value. Go on a hunger strike. The day you go on you chain yourself to Downing Street and go on a hunger strike for a week, I will give you an ounce of credit. Maybe an eighth. Henry VIII. Depends on how much I can fit. I tell you what, I'll give you the amount of credit that I can fit inside a joint." And it ain't a lot. Big up AV, big up Triple M, big up everyone in the chat, by the way. Thank you for coming. But yeah, this was my my little rant on Jordan M and his non-committal outrage for the Uyghurs. His pearl clutching virtue signaling, because that's all it was. That's all it is. All of this video, this entire 3-minute rant of his, and I think mine is definitely longer. I think I'm reaching 20 minutes of just ranting. But his entire 3 minutes of bollocks rant is just another man virtue signaling online because of his Muslim audience. Banksy, the poor man's Gad Sad. He's me. I'm the poor man's Gad Sad. I'm the pound shop. I wish I was the poor man's Gad Sad. I would take that. I'm barely a pound shop version of Gad Sad. That man is actually intelligent. Anyway, but here's another thing, Jordan. Now, since we're chatting, I guess. How is it? When are we going to see a video on this one? I bet we'll never see a video on Jordan M's on this particular scenario. By the way, this is apparently an Englishman, pure English. You know, we're talking English. You know, according to Google, let's see what images come up. I was wondering actually if I type Englishman, does there you go. Apparently, whereas apparently this, well, when you type Englishman, this is typically what we would expect in our images of an English man. But apparently, according to the mainstream media, this is also an English man. This is an Englishman too. Because this is Britain. And that is an Englishman. Wait a minute. Yeah. This, I mean, I have to go and search this guy's. Let me see if I can get a few more images. So remember, this is an Englishman, but according to the British press, this is also an Englishman. This is probably, yeah, I mean, I guess this is an Englishman. These are definitely Englishmen. Oh, this is the atypical Englishman. I know that fucker is straight from fucking Purley. he's from East London. he's probably the Purley King and Purley Queen at the Purley King at the weekends. Englishman, right? This is the Englishman that we're talking about. Yeah, clearly. I mean, there's no mistaking this man with this man. It's like separated at birth. It's literally separated at birth. Two Englishmen just doing what Englishmen do. Clearly. No other identifying, imagery or remarks or anything else to be said about this Englishman. Just an Englishman with his bowler hat and his cane taking some hostages in the synagogue. But the funny thing is, we're never going to get Jordan M's take on this. He will never make a video addressing this. I may be wrong. He might actually already done. I don't know. I don't follow his videos that often. I just came across that one and it pissed me off. But as far as I can see, Jordan M hasn't addressed this particular fine stand-up Englishman who went off and did a little jihad at a synagogue in America, in Texas. And what a place. This to me, if you guys have never seen The Four Lions, it depicts the moronic mentality of the jihadi in such a beautiful way. And I recommend for you guys to go and see Four Lions. Robert Dingy Rapids, bruv. Now, the thing is, this Englishman, according to the mainstream media, went to the United States, a country with more guns per individual than people, and went to Texas, where the most the largest accumulation of those guns exists, where they have the most lax gun laws possibly anywhere in the world. Maybe Afghanistan is probably next to is number one compared to Texas when it comes to having loose gun laws, and then decided to go and take hostage a bunch of people in a synagogue. Did you think you're going to come out of this alive? In Texas, they would have put more bullets in you than they had guns. They would have put more bullets in you than you've had hot dinners. You went to Texas and you fucking took a bunch of Jews hostage. What did you think was going to happen? Holy shit. Holy shit. But yeah, let's wait for Jordan M's video about this particular situation. And of course, as always, as you can read the headlines, Texas synagogue hostage taker was known to MI5. Just like every other fucking cunt who's taken someone, who's done some jihadi attacks in the UK. The bridge attackers, the ones with the van, and the other guy who got killed on the bridge, and the other guy with the narwhal's tusk held him at bay. What else? The guy from the Ariana Grande Manchester bombings who killed children was known to the MI5. All of these people are known to MI5. They are never... to be honest with you, thinking about it, since these agencies monitor us all 24/7, I'll be honest, I think every one of us is known to the MI5. Let's face it, I'm pretty sure all of us are known to the MI5. But on what capacity, I guess, is really what it comes down to. Maybe this video is now flagged me as being known to the MI5. You know what I mean? If I fucking clip a cyclist in the street, they're gonna fucking take me down, and then the headlines will be, yes, Banksystyle, who clipped the cyclists in the street, was known to the MI5. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I think we're all known to the MI5. Just to what degree, God knows. But anyway, that's my rant. There is one more video that I would like to go over. But actually, I'm gonna move this into the panel section, and then maybe we'll do a little sharing of the screen, and then perhaps. Discuss this video, because this is Jordan M again. He posted this saying, atheism debunked in less than a minute. It is the most moronic video that a human being has ever made, thinking that they just scored a point with atheists or with non-theists, agnostics, atheists, whoever. They think they just won. I mean, to a moronic religious group, which he actually is addressing, which is, I think in this case, Christianity actually, it would make sense. But to anyone who spent less than or more than 10 seconds analyzing this idiot's argument, you realize, no, he's an idiot. He's an idiot, and we can ignore him. But Jordan M posts it as if he's some triumphant, mic drop on atheists. Anyway, I would like to play this, but I'm going to start, I'm going to put the link for the chat. I'm going to put the link for the chat and then go from there and see if we can discuss this with anyone who wishes to discuss this, because I'm disgusting, and everybody wants to discuss me. That must mean that I'm disgusting. Yeah, okay. I don't know if this thing is actually pinned. Does this thing get pinned? I don't know. But there you go. It's pinned. The link is in, boys and girls. Anyone wishing to jump on, feel free to jump on, and I will get this ball rolling. So far, that was my. Whoops. Well, wait. What the fuck is going on? Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Things went wrong, people. Things went very horribly wrong. I ended up being... Okay, is this the same link? I hope so. Yeah, I clicked on the wrong thing and I ended up going off script. Thank God the images on this side are still just what they are. It is what it is. How can I make... God, he said... There you go. Let's make this like that. So yeah, we'll prepare this for anyone who wishes to jump on Le Chat. For now, I don't have any more. I should have put the link out, I think, earlier. And he holds a wireless microphone in his hand. Yeah, it's amazing that the God believers believe in that everything scientific is wrong, except when they're using all those scientific tools to prove their point. What is this? What is this? Is this? Oh yeah, this was. Oh yes, this was Jacko Radio's, actually. Fantastic. I just realized this is Jacko Radio's footage on the Uyghurs and what they've actually, some of the things that they've done. So whilst we're waiting for panelists to come on, if anyone wants to jump on the panel, let's check out this Jacko Radio video. By the way, big up, all credits to Jacko Radio. Go subscribe, like, do all that good shit on his channel. This man deserves a lot more credit than he's getting.
Uyghur Muslims are being ethnically cleansed by China. It's a genocide. These heroes, absolute heroes, Jordan M, Muhammad Hijab, Ali Dawah, they all went to China to tell the Chinese what they thought about them. They went to Tiananmen Square and gave their speeches, and just like that, the Chinese government agreed to stop doing it now. These brave heroes stopped a genocide just by giving speeches.
My question is, what the hell are you looking at? Well, I have a flag that you can replace your flag with. Take this Uyghur flag, you son of a...
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't have this footage played without it doing this. This footage has to always be played with this in tow.
He got titties. He got titties.
We've got titties.
Because he's jealous because titties got titties and he ain't got no titties. So you know Rashad like playing with his nipples. I bet he wish he had some titties to play with. Titties.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And then I come out. The point is this: we all can do something, and we have to do something.
I tell the Chinese today, with all vehemency and all vigor, you have started a war with the Muslims, and we will not live or die until we become victorious in this war.
Yeah, okay, that is a load of bollocks, isn't it? Because they didn't go to China, they stayed in London. They didn't stop anything from happening. They didn't even get noticed by the Chinese, let's be honest. There isn't a genocide. It's not a genocide. No definition of genocide could possibly come up with the fact that the population is growing, not falling. The Uyghur Muslim population is growing, not falling. I don't understand how that could be described as a genocide. They are not being put into concentration camps. They're not picking up Uyghur Muslims and throwing them into concentration camps. That is bollocks. It's not happening. That's American and Western propaganda aimed to destabilize China, to demonize China, and to agitate in favor of the Uyghur separatists, the extremists. They're not picking up people for being Muslims. They're picking up Al-Qaeda-inspired, Al-Qaeda-funded extremists that are committing acts of terrorism, planning acts of terrorism, radicalizing people. They are the ones that are being put into these wonderful re-education centres. What sort of concentration camp has fucking classrooms and classes and you can graduate from? All this bullshit propaganda, fake news. China does what China wants to do, and if you go against the government in China, you're in trouble, and that goes for anybody in China. Do you really think it's some Uyghur Muslims who are going to get around that? But in any case, everybody's entitled to their own opinion on the rights and wrongs of China's way of dealing with extremism. But you can't change the facts. You're absolutely full of shit. Don't believe me? Go there. Go there and visit the place. See what you think. If it was that bad, wouldn't they all be running away as refugees to Turkey? No, the truth is, the standard of living for the Uyghur Muslims is going up, not down. Their population is going up, not down. The amount of mosques that are being built is going up. The number of children they're allowed is higher than the Han Chinese. What sort of ethnic cleansing is that? What sort of genocide increases the population? No, the truth is you have outside forces, one of which is Al-Qaeda, one of which is America, trying to, from the outside, destabilize China. Destabilize China and break up parts of the country. And China's not going to sit back and let that happen. And all of these clout-chasing pop stars, that's what they are. They're like a boy band. You want to be the new Boyzone? These clout chasers don't give a damn about any of these Uyghur Muslims. They do not give a damn. Yep.
I would say, look at that. Look at the pointing. Look at the pointing. Yes, point. Point, Jordan. I would say not only clout chasers, but the term... oh, man, I keep forgetting the term. Virtue signalers. Virtue signalers. That's right. That's a virtue signal right there with the pointing of the finger. Wag it a little, Jordan. Is he going to wag?
Into it. They haven't researched it. They haven't done anything because they don't give a fuck. They're out for money. They're out for themselves. They're out for ego. You're basically saying you want the Chinese government to be liberals.
I'm sorry. As I said before, this clip can never be shown without this. This is the way this clip can only ever be seen by anyone ever.
Chinese government and the Chinese Communist Party one thing. Take this Uyghur flag, you son of... Gay!
He got titties. He got titties.
We've got titties.
I'm sorry. I can't let it go. It's one of those things I have to do.
But they're not. Chinese government are not liberals. They're not a liberal government. And they're not going to be liberal just for the Muslims. Doesn't matter. You get fucking Jordan M to go there and say enough is enough. So you could get Jordan M to go, Xi Jinping, Mohammed Hijab can take his top off. Here's an idea. Why doesn't a Muslim country do what Britain did? When Britain is now given the right to come to the UK to Hong Kong citizens, why doesn't Turkey do that to the Uyghur Muslims? Why not?
Turkey, Jack, don't worry about Turkey. Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Dubai, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates is Dubai and Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Bahrain. They are some of the richest nations in the world. They have yachts that are the size of cities, these Arabs have. Do you think they couldn't take in those Uyghurs? You think they couldn't house and feed those Uyghurs? They can house and feed them for 1,000 years. They could give them easily access to the massive wealth pool that the Middle East oil-rich Arabs have. Not even the oil-rich ones. Let's go to Malaysia. Let's go to Indonesia. Indonesia, the biggest Muslim nation in the world. No? Not a fucking thing? Okay, let's say Syria is screwed up. It's war-torn. Egypt. Nah, Egypt is probably fucked up. Maybe Morocco. These countries are the poorer ones. I came down from the exceedingly, super rich ones to, the poorer ones. But they'll be safe there. They'll be able to practice Islam in whichever way, the capacity they want. In Morocco, in Algeria, in, maybe not so much Libya now. No, none of those nations. No. As I said, Saudi Arabia could house and feed them for 1,000 years. But they don't seem to be picking up any checks anytime soon. Again, I would like to reiterate. Oh, shit. I think I closed the goddamn image. Hold on. hate it when this happens. So annoying. Again, I reiterate. A man that's committed to a cause and a bunch of virtue signalers. Just remember this every time you see these idiots make their little speeches. A man that's committed to a cause and a bunch of boy band virtue signalers who are not that committed.
They're out for ego. You're basically saying you want the Chinese government to be liberals, but they're not. Chinese government are not liberals. They're not a liberal government, and they're not going to be liberal just for the Muslims. Doesn't matter. You get fucking Jordan M to go there and say enough is enough. So you could get Jordan M to go, Xi Jinping, Mohammed Hijab can take his top off. Here's an idea. Why doesn't a Muslim country do what Britain did? When Britain is now given the right to come to the UK to Hong Kong citizens, why doesn't Turkey do that to the Uyghur Muslims? Why not? Or is it the fact that most of them wouldn't want to go there? Or is it the fact that Turkey doesn't want them? You offer them all the chance to leave and they wouldn't, because it's nicer. They're not oppressed. They're no more oppressed than any other Chinese person. And this freak show, this fucking halal boy band, they're not heroes. They are not heroes. This halal boy band are clout chasing. It's all about them. It's nothing to do with the people. Don't just listen to Western propaganda. And fucking, for the love of God, don't support this halal boy band. This Islamic poison. Don't support.
I'm sorry. You did it again. You put in the clip. I have to do it. I'm sorry, Jack.
He got titties. He got titties.
We've got titties.
Because he's jealous because titties got titties and he ain't got no titties. So you know Rashad like playing with his nipples. I bet he wish he had some titties to play with. Titties.
I can't help it.
Support them.
I can't help it. Okay, that's that. Yeah, that's the clip from Jacko Radio. I don't really have anyone that wants to talk on the subject of the atheist video. By the looks of it, at least there's no one that wants to jump on the panel. Anyone who wants to jump on the panel? Nobody? No takers? You fucking passive watching bitches. None of you want to actually get involved, huh? Just passively watch this shit, consume the material. Nobody wants to jump on. Okay, I will in that case address this moronic religious individual and his idiotic supposed mic drop argument, and we'll move and we'll swiftly end the show. Yeah, I mean it's good. We've done an hour. I think we're good. I've ranted enough for tonight. Okay, let me play this.
There is no God. You cannot.
Hold on.
God, he said, there is no God. You cannot be a rational person and believe there is a God. I said, okay, help me out with this. I want to show you something. And I drew a circle on a whiteboard like this. I said, this circle represents knowledge. Everything that could ever be known about any subject fits in there. All the sciences. Okay,
I'm just playing this in its totality so that you guys get the full argument, and then I will commence in tearing this moron a new asshole.
All the arts. You're an intelligent man. You study at this university. How much do you know of everything that could possibly be known? So he took a pen and he drew that and he went, I reckon I know this much.
Okay, first of all, if that circle represents the totality of knowledge in the universe, the guy who drew that much is a moron in himself. If you think that the totality of the knowledge of the universe is that whole circle, and you know that much of it, that's like 1% even. It's more than 1%. That looks like about at least 5 to 10% at least of the totality of that circle. That means you know 5 to 10% of all knowledge in the world, the human history, the whole of human knowledge isn't that much. If you'd lived since the first human had walked the planet, the combined knowledge of all humans everywhere on this planet isn't that much. Literally, if that's the entire universe, in reality, you would have to take the pen, put a dot right at the corner edge, just one tiny dot there, and that might represent the total knowledge of all humans, a combined knowledge of all humans on the planet. So when you draw that much of it, you're immediately dismissed as a moron.
I said, wow, you're intelligent. He said, yeah, I am. I said, that's brilliant. I said, so that's what you do know? He said, yes. I said, and that's what you don't know? He said, yes. But this does exist, you just haven't discovered it yet. Yes. Therefore, could God not exist in a dimension that you haven't yet discovered?
Okay, this was this man's mic drop argument. And then this is what he said.
Answer? Yes. Therefore, sir, I would suggest you're not an atheist, you're an agnostic.
Okay, fine. Oh, shit.
I lose my email list, my following, my influence, my team, my brand.
God, he said there.
Okay, let's proceed to tear this bitch a new asshole with his moronic argument. Number one, atheists and agnostics are not mutually exclusive. Most, if not all, atheists are also agnostics. Because to say I know that there is no God, in most people's summation, is as stupid as saying I know that there is a God. That's number one. Most, I would say even 99% of atheists, or 99.99% of atheists, are atheist agnostics. That I don't live my life as if there is a God, because I have no knowledge of God, but I reserve the right to, well, I mean, I basically say that, yes, I don't know if there is a God. I have no knowledge of a God. I just don't live my life as if there is one. Why I don't live my life as if there is one? Because you have not convinced me that there is a God. When you say there is a God, you have to present your evidence to me. And your evidence has been weak as piss since the dawn of your fucking claim that there is a God. That's why it's not that I know that there is no God. I don't believe you when you tell me that there is a God. I don't believe Muhammad. I don't believe those who wrote the Bible. I don't believe Moses. I don't believe you. Your evidence is lacking, sir. And so I will go on with my life as if there is no God until you prove to me that there is a God. That's how it works. The proof, the burden of proof is solely on your shoulders because you are making a positive claim. I'm not making a positive claim. I'm not telling you that I know there is no God. I'm telling you I live my life as if there is no God because you have failed to convince me otherwise. So that's how it works. That's how most 99% of atheists operate. They don't walk around going, I know there's no God, you're full of shit. Now, I'll tell you what, there are some people, and myself included, who say that we can prove conclusively that the God of the Quran, for example, doesn't exist. The God of the Bible most definitely doesn't exist. Because these anthropomorphized caricatures of the creator of the universe are exactly that. They are man-made anthropomorphized characters. And so we can conclude that if there is even a deistic God, it certainly won't exist in this manner in which you present it through your Bibles, Qurans, Torahs, and various other religions, if you want, Bhagavad Gitas, the Guru Granth Sahib, and all the rest. I can say that with reasonable confidence, and even then I'll hold caveats. With reasonable confidence, I can say that those gods don't exist. Your God, your Yahweh, doesn't exist because of the character that you've depicted them in these books, in the Bible, for example. So, yeah, yeah, there are some people who can say, I can, fail with quite a high certainty say, your God doesn't exist. But it does a deistic, because this argument that he's making is of a deistic God. This is the problem with theists. They make a deistic argument, and then they try to bring it round as if their Jesus or their Muhammad was right. And in the case of Muhammad, Allah is God, and in the case of Jesus, Jesus is God, in fact, and Yahweh. So that's how they try to, that's the snake oil salesman tactics, is that they try to swing you round once they convince you of a deistic God to bring you round to why their particular genocidal God is true. Whilst I'm not even convinced of your deistic argument for a God, let alone your particular take on a God, be it Yahweh or Allah or Krishna or Thor. So that's why we don't believe in your God. Not because we have total knowledge of the God, not because a possibility of a deistic God could exist in the dimension in which we have no knowledge of. It's because you have not convinced me that such a God exists. Because I think you're full of shit, sir. That's why I don't believe in a God. And certainly not your God. Because again, your God comes out of your mouth. And your mouth has not convinced me that I should follow your God. That's all it is. Atheists just simply call you out on your bullshit and ask you to show me your metal, and you always come up wanting. That's the difference. That's the whole thing with atheists. Is I don't give a shit if there is some deistic God out there. I know you're full of shit. That's certain. You're the snake oil salesman. You're the grifter. You're the one who's trying to get a little bit of cash out of some poor old lady who thinks her cancer is going to be cured because you put your fucking hands on her. You grifters and you charlatans are the people we reject. And we reject them wholeheartedly. So go fuck yourself. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much it. I don't really have any more to give. I am done. I've busted my load. There's no panelists. There's no one here who wants to talk. And yeah, I shot my load hard on this one. And I'm good with that. So guys and girls, thank you. The source is isness. The source is isness. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for coming. I'm going to try and figure out... Actually, no, I've got a song to play us out with. The same song that I played in with. I think it's apt for this particular video because it was all about Jordan M. and he's a Muslim. So yeah. Thank you everyone for showing up. I will catch you all on the ether, on whatever chat Speakers Corner panel you may see me on, and maybe we'll do another show on Speakers Corner Live. Please, everyone, go and subscribe to Speakers Corner Live, speakerscorner.online, which is another platform that I use. I'm on Getter and I'm on Odyssey. My Odyssey link is in the underpants section below. The rest you guys are going to have to go and just find me. Also, subscribe to Banksystyle Live. Banksystyle Live. That is my second channel, which I will do pretty much the same shit that I do on here. It's just I do all the drunken, really outlandish crap on here now. Or at least that's supposed to be. But I haven't done anything outlandish, and I haven't actually drank alcohol since Christmas. Since New Year's. I think, yeah, New Year's Eve was the last time I actually had any alcohol. So I'm trying to keep good, man. I'll be honest, not drinking alcohol has helped me lose weight because the sugar in alcohol is tremendous. So it's actually been quite good for me health-wise, and I kind of like it. And also because of the cold and stuff that I had, I couldn't really drink alcohol properly. So anyway, thank you everyone. Thank you for coming. I love you all. Hashtag not all. And yeah, go and multiply and spread your thoughts and ideas to anyone who is willing to listen. Thank you. I bid you adieu and peace. Let's find this thing. Love you all. Ciao.
Tried to tell me my religion was wrong. They tried to tell me to follow Islam. They said their prophet was a righteous dude, but I found out none of their words were true. I read the Quran and I read the Hadith, and the sickness of Muhammad was apparent to me. He justified perversion in the name of Allah when he married a girl too young for a boy. She was playing with dolls when the prophet came. Her childhood was stolen in Allah's name. Aisha was 9 when he took her to bed. Don't tell me that fool's not sick in the head. Ain't gonna follow no child molester, sex offender, prophet pretender. Ain't gonna follow no child molester.
Islam's not for me. Islam's not for me.
The sickness of the Islamic mind
has caused some mullahs to be blind.
To justify their prophet, they will justify sin, so the sins of the prophet are repeated again.
All over the world in Islamic states, 9-year-old girls suffer cruel fate.
Sold into marriage to twisted men, and Aisha's sad story is repeated again. Ain't gonna follow no child molester, sex offender, prophet pretender. Ain't gonna follow no child molester.
Islam's not for me. Islam's not for me. Do you care about women all over the world?
Do you care about those little girls?
Then stand up and fight for human rights. Speak out against the laws of Islam.
Follow no child molester, sex offender, prophet pretender. Ain't gonna follow no child molester.
Islam's not for me. Islam's not for me.
Islam's not for me.